On a dark and stormy night, Emma was walking home from her friend's house. She was lost in thought, thinking about all the things that had happened that day. Suddenly, a hand reached out and grabbed her from behind. Emma screamed, but it was too late. A cloth was placed over her nose and mouth and she blacked out. When Emma woke up, she found herself in a small, windowless room, which smelled of damp and decay. She tried to get up, but her hands and feet were bound with ropes. Panic set in as she realized she was trapped. She shouted for help, but no one answered. Days turned into weeks, and Emma's captor never showed their face. She was brought food and water, but never saw anyone. The monotony of the routine drove her to madness. She started to talk to herself, and the only thing that kept her sane was the hope that she would escape from her confinement. One day, Emma heard footsteps outside her door. They stopped in front of her cell, and the door creaked open. A tall figure stepped inside, hooded and cloaked. Emma couldn't see their face, but she could feel their cold, calculating eyes on her. The figure spoke in a low, gravelly voice. "I've been watching you, Emma. You have a special gift. A gift I want to exploit." Emma shuddered. "What do you mean?" The figure chuckled, sending chills down Emma's spine. "You'll see soon enough." For months, Emma was subjected to twisted experiments. Her captor injected her with strange substances, exposed her to extreme temperatures, and forced her to endure physical and mental torture. Emma's mind and body were pushed to their limits. Despite the horrors she faced, Emma never lost hope. She plotted her escape day and night, waiting for the perfect opportunity. One day, she was left alone in the room. She managed to loosen the ropes on her hands and sneak out of the door. She crept through the dark corridors, her heart pounding in her chest, but her captor was waiting for her. They grabbed her from behind, a knife glinting in their hand. "You thought you could escape?" the figure growled. "You're mine, Emma. Forever." Emma fought back with all her strength. She kicked and screamed, managing to disarm her captor. She grabbed the knife and plunged it into their chest. As the figure lay dying, Emma removed their hood. She gasped in horror at what she saw. The face staring back at her was her own. Emma realized too late that the figure had been a manifestation of her own twisted psyche. She had driven herself to madness, and now there was no escape. She was trapped in her own mind, tortured by her own fears and insecurities. Emma screamed, but no one could hear her. She was alone, forever.